Hello students, today we will study about the chapter Ba, My Mother, a Person, a Woman. This chapter is written by Darshan Dholakia and translated by Ashok Vaishnav. So here a small pre-reading is given that what are the some good things that you have learned from your parents. You have to write here or you have to just scan your mind and think something about that. Why it is given there, you have to understand that why this thing has been given in pre-reading to discuss, because it's family. About this article is also about related to parents, and also think about the way your parents teach you things and you are fond of them. So obviously it's pretty obvious that everyone learns something from their parents, and how your parents have taught you sweet little things from your childhood. So you just need to recall yourself and also think that this is the habit, this is the kind of skill that my parents have taught me. Or so you have to just think about all these things. So about the author, he is given about Darshan Dhulakia, well-known contemporary Gujarati writer and critic. She was a very good writer. She also got a prestigious Rashtriya Sahitya Academy Award, and in the best translation category in 2011, Carmelin. So she also that Carmelin novel. It's a translation of Konkani novel. So Konkani is a language usually used in South Goa or in Goa side, also in some part of Maharashtra also. So she had a very great contribution in Gujarati literature basically. And if you will think in such a way that if you belong to Chhattisgarh or any other place where that particular language is, if you're Karnataka, if you speak in Kannada, if you're using such language, so never hesitate yourself that if you're like, if I'll not write anything in English or Hindi, so who will consider it? It's not like that. If your particular thought process regarding some particular book is very impactful, you must not just limit yourself, think beyond the limits. And this is the way here Darshana have, if she would have thought that nobody will get much interested reading books in Gujarati or something, but still apart from facing such issues which is related, which are like some issues in the society, in orthodox society is being termed, she came beyond it, and her work has been appreciated so much that she also got Rashtriya Sahitya Academy Award, and also many other like Bakulesh Award of a notable contribution to Gujarati literature also. So here a translator or translated it into English. So here article is about a book Parichay Parv, a festival of relationship. The way we celebrate festival like Diwali, Holi. So similarly here relationship is termed as it's a festival. So how a festival, see the comparison here about the way she's comparing, that she was so lively and deeply you know imbibed with everything, that उसने बुक का नाम भी अगर रिलेशनशिप को कहा भी है तो त्योहार से ही तुलना की गई है यहाँ पे. So the article portrays a author's mother Rasika Bala Dholakia. तो इधर जो आर्टिकल है, ये रसिका बाला ढोलकिया दर्शन ढोलकिया की मदर थी, and here she was telling her how she had mother had helped her throughout her life to bring or instill, to imbibe, to feed her soul with a good sense of humor and good sense of self respect and self esteem inside her. So she is bringing out that even after so many problems in the mother role is in process of socialization of children in context of the Indian family system. So it's here she is saying in Indian family system, European family system, American family system, every family system is different. And she said the process, she explained that how difficult and challenging it was in Indian family system. So she defined everything in detail here. So she also said that a mother, a person, a woman is a beautiful account of a girl talking about her late mother, fondly remember everything about her. So it is a story about parents who are heroes. Okay, she said that parents are like heroes. The way you have, we sometimes say that who is your favorite hero? We name our parents. We say my mama, my father is my favorite hero because they have done such a heroic job for us that we term them as hero. So above women in the context here was real legend. The way we say Mahin Singh Dhoni and many different to Shah Rukh Khan, we say they are legend in their own life. They are legend because of their work. So the kind of contribution that Rasika Bala had done to in the life of Darshana. She is saying that in her life, her mother was a real legend. Why she was a legend? Because she was a perfect wife, daughter, sister, and a mother also. So Ba was not just a center of the family. But when it came to the author, she was the center of the world. So she was like a mother also. The way she is taking care of her grandparents, our children's, and of your father. So she is, kept on, helping everybody. She is at the center, and people around her are doing everything. And she is the center. Why? Because she is helping and taking care of everybody in the family. So here in the next paragraph, we can say that during the course of my life, I have met many people, getting acquainted with some, knowing others intimately. Whenever I go down to memory lane, I see all these faces, but there is a one face that stays uppermost in my memory is that of my mother. So it's like in childhood we have met so many people in our life, but still we remember very less people. So she's here trying to say that I only remember when I go down to memory lane, when जब मैं वापस उस memory के रास्ते जाती हूँ, और I remember uppermost जो सबसे पहली memory रहती है, याद रहती है, that is of my mother. So, in fact, my current perspective of her is far more objective than it was then. Now she is grown up also. Now she is facing some different kind of scenarios in her life. So, she is actually saying that her current perspective is different when it was when she was a child. So, actually, she was 5 years old when his father, Ba, passed away. So she is also, the haven't seen her mother in particularly dressed beautiful sari, green, yellow, such sort of sari. When at the age of 5, it was, memory was very dim. And she here explains that particular day when she lost his father, and in a hospital, gloomy light of electric lamps, the light of Bha's lamp life was slowly but inevitably fading out. So she's saying that how his father was slowly dying, and the whole scenario was so saddening at that time. She said that from the next morning until her death, Ba remained clad in borderless black sari, light blue blouse, adorned hands, nose and ears, barefoot and unruly, oil-free, dry hair. So she's saying, depicting the particular day, that particular night when she was losing her father at that time, and how she was facing so many problems at that particular scenario. But she also said that despite of being emotionally shattered by the death of her husband, Ba remained composed. So Ba was stood strong even at that time also, in such a serious situation. It was a very devastating part of Ba's life, but her Ba was very much strong towards their children, because she knows that she had a three children, what two boys and one girl. She was much concerned particularly about Darshana, because she was a girl child, and she felt that thing, that how girls should be, grown up, and so that they can live their life with full of dignity. So a skillful homemaker, caring mother, she kept herself busy with embroidering, sewing, and weaving to instill all these skills me inside her. Because already we have already studied that she was just a seventh grade passed woman. So she knew very uh, very little things, that whatever she had learned about embroidery or something like that, she was teaching those cute little and sweet little things to her also. Why? Because she wanted ki she should learn things not with this perspective that she will do something or something, like whatever she was teaching, it was for her particularly future, that whatever skill you have inside you, just portray with a beautiful set of mind. So growing up in a society riddled with dogma, traditions, seeds of aspiration. Here is one character has been discussed, that about Dr. Chandra Joshi, a renowned academician of Kutch, was visiting our home. Ba had embroidered welcome and please be seated on the cushion covers. While taking a seat on chair, Dr. Joshi joyfully commented, now nothing remains to be done by anyone to welcome guests in our house. Why he said such line? Because he's trying to say here that After when a father or when a head of the family dies, a woman's life actually becomes useless. So I kind of, orthodox conservative thinking has been shown here, that how people think in such a way. This is the dogma of the society, this is the belief of the society, that without a male, a woman's life, without a husband, a wife's life is actually useless, and nothing need to be much done about it. And about of we sometimes people used to react differently because her mother is widow now, but she was standing strong. She doesn't they never wanted that people should pity or feel sympathy for their children. That she always used to think that whatever she will do, she will manage somehow to teach good habits and good skills to their kids. She was somewhere instilling a sense of self-respect and self-esteem in me. She explained here also that she is basically trying to teach that be strong and selfless person, just respect yourself, have a particular dignity of yourself. So she was trying to explained with in a different scenarios where widow has to confine themselves dark dingy rooms wherein single ray of sun. So you can understand how painful that journey was of Rasika Bala, that she has to confine as a widow, she has to confine herself into a dark rooms जहाँ पे थोड़ी सी भी धूप उनके पैरों पे नहीं पड़ती थी. But still, after facing so many issues, she used to hold Darshana's hand and used to take her to the main gate to her house and open into a public role to sit for a while. Whatever was possible, she was giving her best. Basically, it's all about that Ba was giving her best and teaching them how to be strong and have some self-respect inside you. As I grew up, Ba persona too grew like a huge tree in her mind, just like a beautiful tree. She compared her mother with a beautiful huge tree, that how were teaching her with, even if she was sometimes she might be feeling low also, but she was standing, she used to stood strong to just for her children. So helping her in the kitchen was lesson of humility. So there are many different scenarios here has been discussed, that how her mother was giving her best and teaching her small little habits, and through those small little habits she was teaching them to how to achieve good and great things in life. And in all scenario it has been said that she was somewhere teaching them how to live a disciplined life. And teaching them importance of discipline, like with a normal basic routine, she's trying to teach them how to stay disciplined inside in your life. So here she was, in the presence of elder members of the family, Ba would not exchange a single word with her children. So we are expected to remain standing in front of the elder or be seated on the floor. Ba too did the same. Chairs or sofas were beyond imagination. She was an inspiration for us, and her method of teaching was practice before you preach. So how she's how why she said practice before you preach? Because the way we are expecting, the way we are behaving from others, we should be expect that they will also behave us in that similar way. So you have to learn this thing in your life, that even if they were not allowing them those kids to sit on the bed or somewhere, but they were kept on standing, our mother was tried. It was not like that you are getting insulted or something, like she was just trying to understand the society, that this is how things work and you should be humble also. So she don't remember when Ba made anyone sit and listen to her. According to her, learning was an instinctive and involuntary process, and teaching and was not a process of imposing and but that of instilling. So she is trying to say that you cannot impose your impact or your habits on someone. She understands that very well, that learning a good habit or becoming a good person is something can be learned with a slow beautiful process. Okay, so Ba was brought up in rustic Cambridge. She brought up in a village sort of area, and she moved to big city. So she also showed here that even after shifting from small city to big city, after having so many cultural shocks also, she contributed positively to every sphere of her family's life. She was giving her best, the as much as it was possible for her. So here also she said that in her school some incidents has happened, and where principal has been called, and the way boldness, after looking at the boldness of Ba, principal was also stunned and said that now next time don't bring your mother here because he's scared of her now. So Ba always wanted to have high self-esteem and never be arrogant. There is difference between becoming high self keeping high self-esteem and being arrogant. Being arrogant is something that you become rude, but having a high self-esteem is something being humble, kind at the same time, living a dignified life also. So she taught them how to be respectful toward elders. She was giving Ba was giving her best to take care of family, and how you should never change your colors, how you should be faithful to relationship till the end. In spite of suffering delusionments in relationship, Ba continued to put in more than her share to sustain the relationship. So she never gave up. Her attitude was that to never give up, just kept on trying and be faithful to yourself and to others too. So Ba performed all the roles assigned to her wonderfully, with an unflinching devotion. She was, completely doing every possible ways. She was giving her best, and her devotion was, her sacrifice was very hidden, and it was only can be seen somewhere by Darshana. That's why she's saying all this. So Ba looked after all her brothers-in-law and family, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, husband. After becoming a widow also, she was standing strong at that time and helping every other in the family. So with a sweet innocence, Ba shared memories of her marital life. For all 32 years, my father showered love upon Ba with tinge of male dominance, without a tinge of male dominance. So you have previously seen that the scenario, the night when Darshana father was dying, and she had seen her mother in painful. Why? Because that pain shows that how madly in love she was his with her husband. So here it was showing us that the relationship between the Darshana and Darshana's mother and father. So also it has been, they have a unspoken understanding, understanding which is never used to, sometimes we talk too much to each other, but here the relation was unspoken. A single word wasn't spoken, but still they were giving their best. So she also earned the title of madly in love with her husband. This is also given in the exercise also, this particular point, that why she said that whatever she was doing, even if she's attending, she was avoiding family occasions if she had to attend with them without her husband. So she was only visiting those places where her husband was visiting. So she accepted with it pleasure, and she wasn't felt this thing as a burden. She accepted with her whole heart that whatever her husband is doing is good for her. And actually Bha was also a very great man. So that's what is trying to say here. So Ma would dutifully turn up to take her room and would happily return with him. Both my father and Ba confessed that great pleasure that is happened every time, and that too without any prior understanding. So the relationship of father and Ba was here shown, which was very beautiful. And Ba stood by my father like true companion. So she was a very great true companion. Darshana also supported said that she supported his niece, building her life. She was very empathetic in nature. Why empathetic? Sympathy is something that you feel sad for someone. But what do you mean by empathy? Empathy is someone that when you also feel that person's pain and you put yourself into that situation. That is called empathetic in nature. So she was like that. Ba was like that. If she was seeing someone in pain, she used to put that painful situation into herself and she was giving her best. And my father passed away at the age of 55 when the family was preparing for elder. So you can understand how deep situation, difficult situation it was. I know elder brother's marriage was about to come, and at that time her father passed away. But still, even after a week or so, she even after 6 months, marriage was performed. Why? Because her mother was really strong with her thought that she will manage everything. Everything happened, with a very beautiful journey. Cooked foods, they have traditional sweets and welcome the mother brother's bride as she stepped into her house for her new life. She gave importance to that particular brother's, Darshana's brother's bride also, that she should not felt in such a way. So always choose to stand to fridge and facilitate sufficient space for others. She always had a great kind heart for others. So, Ba remained at the center of her family. In her absence, too, no one could ever escape her tender influence. Of course, Ba never felt attached to such feelings, not even remotely. So, even she was, she was taking care of Darshana's brother, their children, and everyone. So, she is considered here that she was very good in understanding the relationships. And despite of being brought up in an Orthodox society, Ba's modernity astonished me many times. So she's saying with a particular one line came here that you know your life is similar to man's life. The world is what it is, God forbid. But if you become pregnant, never think of committing suicide. You can understand that this particular statement is so strong coming out from a mother's mouth. Okay, you can understand that she was so liberal from her mind that life is very precious. She was teaching her child that life is very beautiful and very rare and very precious, that even if you become pregnant, if you even if you give, even if you have a life inside yourself in your womb, never ever thought about to kill that child. Just try to give your best and give birth to that particular child and bring it up with a pride. So today, when I think of her bold, proud approach to life, I wonder how far ahead of her time she was. So she was beyond the time, today's time. She was very much bold with her thoughts and everything. And what has happened here, that slowly she was turning, in the article, at the end of the article, she discussed that how her mother died with unbearable pain of full 60 minutes. She was getting a heart attack and she was very fond of Lord Shiva, and at the night of Mahashivratri itself, her mother was taking her last breath. So her last word was to that I have no worries about you. Why she said that I have no, how a parent can say such line? Because her mother, her ba knows very well that she taught very great lesson to her child, and now she can rest peacefully to death. So now the years have passed, and her clarity of thought and deep understanding of life are part of inner self. She had uh, negligible education, yet she made so much of her life simple and gave confidence to those around her. So she basically, what she portrayed with this, that her mother gave her best. She taught her to how to self-respect, how to have high self-esteem, how to be confident in life, and live life with discipline. So even after passing a seventh grade, past women have taught such a beautiful things, that she inculcated is these habits as a rich legacy of values. So every night her memories of Bar gently come and sit upon my, last line is there, that every night memories of Bar gently come and sit upon my eyelids. Bar ask me, are you asleep? है ना? And this is not done. There are many things untold. So some things are like which is she cannot even, she is speechless. She is lost with words because of the beauty of her mother, that how she had taught, even if after being born and brought up in an orthodox conservative family, she was fighting with all the dogmas of the life of the society, and she was keeping her child in such a manner, growing her up child in such a manner that she can lead her life with a strong self-esteem, with strong will. So she continues to live within me. She said that she is still inside her heart and she will be forever. And she's very, Darshana is very proud that I've slept in thy womb. Now, why she said that? That she explained, slept in thy womb here is like कि लाइक मुझे गर्व है दैट आई वॉज समवेयर, मैं आपकी गर्भ से जन्म ली. सो दिस इज अ वेरी ब्यूटिफुल आर्टिकल विच इज सेड here. A beautiful depiction of a mother and daughter relationship is shown, that how you can be so much, you can how strong you have to be in your life. So you just think about this chapter, and there are some questions are there given in the comprehension part, and these questions are completely uh, every line is given in the article. So here we will see that my present picture of her far more objective than it was then. So you have studied already that her present picture is different because at that time she was a child. Now also she was facing many different issues in her life. So now her present picture is completely, quite little different from previous time. So second question also said that now nothing ever remains to be done by anyone to welcome the guest in our house. Why Dr. Chandra said that? Because it's showing the impact of male patriarchal society, how male patriarchal, society is so much dominated by male, that women's life was termed as useless, even if when men wasn't there, when the head or the bread earner of the society is not anymore. So how did Ba in the presence of elder members of the family? She was a very great mother. Her presence was very beautiful in the society. Mm, how did Ba earn a title madly in love with her husband? Because she was very much devoted toward her husband. So that's what here she got the title of her husband. She never used to visit anywhere without the permission of her husband. So that's it. The next rest of the questions are similar as the question one. So try to solve it, and goodbye.